that's my needle breaking. Awesome. Give me back my word, please. Okay, so we're gonna go down a long, rambly road that is my first YouTube video. We're gonna talk about what my big idea is. We're gonna talk about why I care about it. And then we're going to talk about the tail end of my first project that inspired me or made me feel like I wanted to do this thing in the first place. So yeah, stick around. It's going to be rambly. I have ideas, I have goals. I don't know if those are going to change. I'm pretty excited about them. So thank you for watching. Thanks for sharing in this community of creativity and making stuff and trying to get better, and because it's COVID, if you're watching from the future, sitting inside and trying to have a project that you're actually excited about, and if it's COVID and you're in California, trying to do something inside while it's swelteringly hot and you can't go outside while there's smoke everywhere, slowly killing you faster than normal air. Basically, my overall goal in general in my life, I suppose, is to stop being so dependent on fast fashion and stop being so dependent on clothing manufacturing, and have a wardrobe ultimately that's all or 99% handmade, vintage, and natural fiber. And then sort of a huge milestone on the way to going there, if that's a road that you're going to go on, is that I would like to have some historically accurate, or if not historically accurate, then historically adequate cosplay costumes. And so my main goal, taking it another step back, I guess, my big first milestone I'd like to get to is having a 19th century natural fiber, historically accurately or adequately made costume to go to the Dickens Fair in. And that is not happening this year, so I'm really sad about that. I think it's for the best considering that this is COVID times, but I think that's a doable goal to get to in over a year, and I think that's a good goal and a fun goal for me to have, to get to having a handmade wardrobe and having more sewing skills, because right now my sewing skills are not bad. I've been sewing for probably over a decade, but not consistently, and I'm still pretty bad at reading patterns. I still don't really know how to tailor stuff to myself personally, and I just overall would like to be more confident in my sewing skills. Okay, so my dream process, or my ideal process for getting to having a wardrobe that's handmade or thrifted and natural fibers, to getting to having historically accurate cosplay costumes and having more confidence in my sewing skills, is I would like to create a little mini series that documents for myself, that I can share with other people in the sewing and the cosplay community, of me essentially going back in time. And what I mean by going back in time is that I would like to start with contemporary sewing patterns and becoming more confident with contemporary sewing patterns, and then go further and further back through the decades and pick out patterns that I otherwise would probably search for as a vintage item that would be really expensive and maybe not in the fabric content that I want or doesn't fit, and making basically reproduction pieces for myself until I get to the early 19th century. This is something that, again, I want to share with other people, but I want it to be a process that me documenting it is really fulfilling and enjoyable for me, and that I get to look back on. And I think that that would be a nice thing to have. And my last point, just to kind of bring it back to the beginning, is that I would really like to have quality pieces that I actually care about, because as it is now, I think I don't buy things that I think are crap as much as I used to. But I would really like to get out of this mentality that having a significant portion of my wardrobe and a significant portion of the things that I own are dispensable and are like one step away from being essentially trash that not even people want for free. I want things that I cherish and that I mend and that are valuable because I spent time on them and chose them specifically for me. And then if they don't fit me anymore, that someone else will find them to be a quality product, and I can give them that product or sell them that product that they're going to find useful and it's going to last. Okay, so here I'm just pinning the elastic that I've already cut into place, and I'm pinning it onto the top of the bra, and then you will shortly see me sewing it onto the bra and the band. And here I'm just showing off the strap detail. It's not perfect, but I did it. At this point, now I have both of my elastic straps done, and now I'm actually attaching them to the bra, and shortly you'll see me figuring out where I need to put them on the band and then sewing them onto the band from there. Alright, and I swear this is the same day. I just decided to bring out my other camera that has a little bit higher resolution and adjust my angle, since, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is new for me, so I'm trying to figure out where on my desk looks best and where you can see the best detail. I think this is where I'm going to be doing the angle from now on. You can let me know if one works better for you, but I feel like you can see more of the project from here. And like I said earlier, this is just where I'm actually working on the band part. This is me attaching the straps with the hooks to the end, and I missed filming it, but after I sewed these on, I actually had attached them the wrong way, so make sure that you have them hooked together ideally before you pin them on, because then you won't accidentally reverse them like I did.
And that's my needle breaking. Awesome. Give me back my word.
Okay, so this is the first pair of lingerie that I have ever finished. You might be able to see there are some spots that I'm not super happy with, especially on the back. I feel like the tension wasn't really that great, but overall I feel like I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna take pictures tomorrow of the finished product, and for now I've put away my needle and my thread and my bobbin for my sewing machine, so everything's ready to go for the next project. I have plenty of elastic left over, and I just need to put all my scrap threads in my scrap bag that I keep for stuffing things with the leftovers instead of throwing them away. But yeah, pretty happy with it. And here's everything the next day in some better lighting and laid out on tissue paper to make it look fancy, because it's kind of like I sewed myself a present for myself a little bit. And I just wanted to say, I don't think you need to be buying fabric to do this project. I personally reused a very soft t-shirt that was too small for me, and I love the way it worked out. Okay, so you've gotten to the end. Thank you for watching this far. I hope next time to start filming at the beginning of a project, and I'm probably going to give a heads up on Instagram because that's where I post a lot of my work in progress, or my whips, as the hashtag is called. Maybe it's not, that's what I'm going to call it. So if you want to get a little bit of a heads up of a project I'm working on, if you want to actually join the community, so to speak, not just me, but like in general of makers on the internet, if you see that I'm making something, then hopefully that can inspire you to start making something, or just knowing that we're working on projects together. Thanks for joining me on the beginning of my journey on the tail end of this. Okay, so this is Editing Emma just stepping in to say that my camera battery was blinking at me, and now I realized that that was a super awkward ending and I didn't actually say goodbye and I just kind of trailed off. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Please like it if you did, and hopefully you will follow me on Instagram or here, and you can see more of the patterns that I am going to be tackling in the future. So, bye! It's not awkward trying to film a video with your neighbors literally standing right outside your window. Not at all. Not at all. I don't know where to set this down. Set this in an awkward position on top of a pile of boxes that you magically can't see. What am I trying to say? Itchy face. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I'm talking in circles. We are doing a test, and that's my hair and my face. Test, test. Blah, blah, blah.